Media wants you to believe that LeBron James is the MVP. And if it's not LeBron James, it's James Harden. I'm looking around thinking to myself, wait, what? All due respect to LeBron James, he has not been spectacular to me night in, night out. Not spectacular. He's been great, the best player in the world, but not as spectacular as some other guys. James Harden, I'm sorry, I got to hold that first few games against him and Houston. Though he's been great in Brooklyn, you quit on the team. That you can't be the MVP the same year that you quit on the team. To me, look at what Damian Lillard's doing in Portland, man. Just look at it. Can I read to you guys some of Damian Lillard's stats that he put up this year? I won't take too much of your time, but I do think it's worth noting that Dame has dropped 39 in the game, 36, 39, 30, 35, 44. I'm just being modest here and reading some of his brother's stats quickly here. 38, a game of 43, another game of 35, another game of 35, 44, 38, 50, 36. Ain't even getting into the assist totals. Last month, he dropped a career-high 19 of those bad boys. And he's got the Portland Trailblazers competing for a top 4 seed out west. And his number 2, CJ McCollum, was out with a broken foot for most of the season. And he's not your most valuable player? How about you do a blind resume and tell me LeBron James doesn't win an MVP if his number 2 is gone, if his team is as bad as Portland is, because the Lakers do got a better roster than Portland. Tell me LeBron doesn't win an MVP averaging 30 points a game, 7.5 assists a game. You tell me that. If he dropped 50 that year, 44, 43. Tell me LeBron doesn't win that MVP. Tell me James Harden doesn't win an MVP if he doesn't leave Houston. If he's just in Houston without Chris Paul, without Russell Westbrook for a couple months. Hell, the year that happened, Harden did win the MVP, as a matter of fact. Efficient as Lillard is. I'm not talking about a guy shooting 50 shots a game. Lillard is, for the most part, efficient. Playing the game the right way, getting others involved, not dribbling the air out of a basketball. You tell me Harden doesn't win an MVP like that. I just think it's a clear-cut decision that Dame should be the most valuable player this year. I would have picked Joel Embiid, if not for that injury that's going to keep him out a couple weeks. And I would have went Joker if his team was better than Dame. But they're not. Dame has somehow put his team in a position to be better than the Nuggets. To me, that makes this a clear-cut decision at guard. What Damian Lillard's doing this year, he's the most valuable player to his team this year. Meaning, if you take all these guys away from their teams, who would be in the worst position? Without a shadow of a doubt, the Blazers would be done if Damian Lillard missed 2 months of the season and CJ McCollum was already down. The Blazers would literally have the worst record in the league. They would be on the 20-game losing streak instead of Houston. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr.Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr.Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at Hoops FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hoops FERRO as well.